So there is a bunch of new people here, and I've had a few questions come in from a different few people. So I just thought I would take the time to stop and answer. And if you are new here, hi, my name's Brittany. I am a 36-year-old mother of one from California on a weight loss fitness journey. And basically, just wanted to share my journey with anybody who it would inspire or help or motivate, anything of that sort. So I've had a few people ask me how tall I am and also how much weight I lost on each dose. So I thought that I would take a few minutes to answer those questions. First, I'm 5'8", so I'm pretty tall. I guess it's kind of hard to see in pictures and things like that. My current weight is 156.6. My starting weight on Zepbound was 209. I did start my weight loss journey back in 2019. In April of 2019, I had gastric sleeve surgery and I started out my weight loss journey back then at 288. On surgery day, I was at 240 because they required me to lose 40 pounds prior to surgery. But fast forward to the current date, I am currently on Zepbound 10 milligrams and I'm super close to what I set for my goal weight, which is 150. And I told myself that I would reassess when I get there. I do have a significant amount of muscle because I was active and an athlete prior to starting Zepbound. So that I am grateful for. But it does factor into how much I weigh, which sometimes can play tricks with your mind. And so I have my notes right here under the camera, but I'm going to give you guys the meat and potatoes of each dosage and I'll put it on the screen for you too. So for 2.5, the total weight loss that I had on 2.5, I was on 2.5 for 3 weeks and I lost 9.4 pounds. And then after that, I went up to 5 milligrams. And on 5 milligrams, I was on it for 7 weeks and I lost a total of 7.8. And then I went up to 7.5. And I will say that 7.5 was a little bit harder. I felt like I was more tired, that kind of thing. Nothing terrible side effect wise, but on 7.5, I stayed on it for 9 weeks and I lost a total of 14 pounds. So it served me right. And then for 10 milligrams, I've been on it currently for 6 weeks. I'm in my seventh week and I'm down a total of 14.7 pounds. So between 7.5 and 10, it's got me really close to where I want to be. And I'm super happy with my results. And I just have to always remind everybody, like, don't compare my results to your results. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's lifestyle is different. Everything that you guys have already heard before. I am a fairly active person despite my lack of consistency. Working full time and being a mom does make it a little bit more challenging for me to stay consistent. I have days that are just rough and I get tired and life happens. I try not to use it as an excuse, but I also know a lot of people in my predicament as far as being a single mom, they wouldn't even go after some of the things I do as far as my exercise and my athletic goals and things like that. So I try to give myself grace, but it is tough to stay consistent. But all that to say, I'm a very active person. And so it does help a lot with losing the weight. I know there's a lot of people who out there who are like, well, you walk my 10,000 steps a day and I drink my water. And to be 1,000% honest, sometimes that's not enough. Our body requires us to do more than that, which is also hard for some people, which I fully understand. But I always just tell people, do what you can. If it looks like 10,000 steps and yoga from a chair, do that. If it looks like resistance bands and swimming in the pool, do that. Do whatever it is that you can do. And that looks different for everybody. So again, don't compare. Don't take my numbers and match them against yours, even if we just start out a similar weight. Everybody's life is so different. I was watching another YouTuber's video yesterday and I just resonated with her so much because she's going through a tough season and she's having trouble even just eating and all the things. And she was just talking about not losing weight and she's still not eating. And the reality is, I just went through a really rough change in my personal life as far as my son and some changes I had to make with his daycare. And coupled with us being sick and my dog attacking the neighbor's dog, all these things were happening within a 3 week span. And I lost a significant amount just because of stress in life. And that is not what I recommend happening. But sometimes that's how life goes. But I tried my very best and I did the next week. I got back on track, make sure I prioritized my water and my protein. So a lot of our fluctuations have nothing to do with the medication, even though there's times where our medicine is working and is doing all the things. Life will have its hand in it too. But it gets really easy to compare to other people. So I just want to make sure we all know comparison is a thief of joy. Let's not do that to ourselves and to have grace when things start getting shaky and going sideways. I had 2 back-to-back weeks where I gained weight after I had that loss from that stressful season. I had 2 weeks where one, I think I gained 2.5, the next one was like another pound. But right after that, I dropped more weight. You just have to keep a positive mindset and keep going after your goals. But I am gonna insert this in with the spend the weekend with me. I did some footage on Friday and I'll do a little bit more today maybe, and then hopefully put this video together this evening. But I wanted to give everybody the numbers as far as how much weight I've lost on each dose. I'm hoping to pretty much go into maintenance on 10 milligrams and it's looking pretty good at this point. I don't know if I'll want to lose anything else after I get to 150. I'm really close. Obviously, I only have 3 or 4 more pounds, but I want to hold steady and see how it goes because for me, the scale does not align with how my body feels. My body looks bigger to me than 156 because I have a significant amount of muscle. I'm not buff, but my legs are pretty toned when it comes to the muscle. And I'm grateful for that. And I don't want to sound like I'm complaining about it. But when you look at the scale and you look at your body, you're like, oh, this doesn't look like what I thought it would, which is fine. But I just want to make sure that I'm happy with my results and that me and my doctor make a good decision. I have a follow up appointment on August 25th with my primary care physician, who I've worked very closely with throughout my whole entire journey. He's known me before weight loss surgery, through Zepbound, very supportive, which I am so grateful for. But I made a follow up appointment with him to talk about maintenance and what that looks like and how I'm going to do it or how long I'll stay on 10 milligrams before I go back down, all of that. And just did blood work not that long ago, which came back great. So I'm glad that that's the case. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And I am just so happy that all of you are here and that you're so supportive. I'm still building my community on YouTube. I have a huge following, huge, but huge for me on Instagram because that's kind of where I started social media and everything. And I don't have Facebook. I just started a TikTok, but I'm still new to it and I don't really like it at this point. I really like Instagram and YouTube, but YouTube, the little community that I've built so far is just so sweet and so nice. And I love all of you guys. And it's been so fun getting to know some of you and catching up on your videos. It's very helpful too because my content is very much so new. So I'm hoping that as time goes on, it'll get better. With me, if some of the videos are hard to watch or what you're used to, if there's mistakes in the edits, whatever, give me grace. And also give me the tips and advice if there's that you see that I can improve on. I'm here for it. Um, there's things that you guys want to know about my journey that I haven't discussed. I know I haven't talked a lot about side effects, so maybe I'll go into that. Some people are interested in that. I just feel like it's really repetitive in our community as far as side effects go, and it's so different for everybody. But I can definitely touch on that if that's something you guys want to know about. But anyways, if there is things that you guys want to know that I haven't talked about or things I need to expand on, let me know. I am here for it. And I definitely appreciate all of the support and all of the love on this journey. God knows that we can all use it. It's not easy. Despite the success and everything that I've had, it's been bumpy for me. Watch any of my other videos, you know that it's a struggle for me because of being very active. It's tough sometimes to fuel my body to be as active as I want to be, and that's hard for me mentally and physically. But I won't go into it. It's in the other videos. But anyway, thanks again, everybody, for all the support. Welcome to everybody who's new here. I certainly hope that we can connect and support one another on these journeys and just continue to, forward with our goals and get to where we want to be. Thanks. All right, so I just have to make a quick transition because I don't think you guys even know what day it is. So the beginning of the video was me making the video about how much weight I lost with each dose because people have been asking. And now we're going into yesterday, which was Friday. Today is Saturday. So this is kind of just like a come along on the day with me and hang out. So it's not necessarily GLP-1 related, it's still fitness journey related because I talk about my running and everything. And then toward the end, it'll come back into today. So that's all. I just had to kind of give you guys a little bit of some sort of transition. I felt weird being like, okay, well, here's all the answers to the question. And then boom, we're back in yesterday. So come along and time travel with me. I'll be back. I am headed to the Poetry Center, but I'm not going to go into that. I'll go into that later. See ya. Hi. So I was going to bring you guys along with me for the day, and I kind of skipped the first part of the day, which is, I don't know, not really chaotic. I won't use that word, it sounds dramatic, but I have to get my kid ready. Typically, I get myself ready, but I'm on PTO today because I have plans and appointments and things that I needed to take care of, which I've canceled most of them, which reminds me I need to cancel the other one like right now. So I guess I'll be back. Okay, so we got that canceled. And the appearance, like, oh, I am currently headed to run 12 miles with my running partner / best friend. And we normally run on like a Saturday or a Sunday, but today's Friday, and we thought it would be a great idea to just get it done and get it done early, like so we could have the whole weekend. And now both of us are just like, I don't know if this is a great idea. So I'll fill you guys back in after the run. But I have a pretty busy day. I need to go get some things in my car looked at. I need to go get a new phone. Have to go grocery shopping. And then I also need to go buy some new underwear. I have shrank out of all my underwear, and so that's the thing. So I need to do that too. Low CMI, but that's okay. And yeah, I'll just kind of let you guys tag along throughout the day, and I'll probably just piece the video together. I'm not real big on doing like what I eat in a day because some days look pretty cool and other days look absolutely terrible as far as food goes. Anybody who is a parent who works full-time and has an active lifestyle knows the struggle in like trying to make sure you get everything you need. Some days it looks great, and other days it looks like protein shakes and protein bars with Teddy Grahams, you know? So I don't really think that my content, if I did what I eat in a day, it would be great. The world would probably come for me. But I do my best, right? I do my best. That's all that matters. I'm happy to report that as of yesterday, the scale said that I'm 159, which when I started my GLP-1 journey in February, on February 18th of 2025, I was 209. So as of yesterday, July 14th, I am down a total of 50 pounds. I think it puts me down 129 pounds since the beginning of my journey, which is nuts. When I first started everything back in 2019, it was April of 2019, I was 288. That was my highest. I think when I had gastric sleeve surgery, I was at like 240 because I had lost 40 pounds on my own. They made me lose weight before I did the surgery to prove that I could like sustain weight loss and that kind of stuff and do what I needed to do. But anyways, all that to say that this journey has been going on for a while, but the GLP-1 journey in itself has just been so crazy. I've never been at this weight in my entire life that I can remember. Maybe when I was like going from 6th grade to 7th grade and I went from being like chunky to thin because I grew probably like, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches in that year. Like I grew tall and so my body slimmed out. But I don't really count that, even though it was part of the journey, right? But as an adult, I've never weighed anything less than 162 pounds. That was my lowest when I had sleeve surgery. So this is a new for me. It's a new low, but it's a good new low. And I love it for myself. I still very much so like day in and day out when I look at myself and I'm like, oh my gosh, like sometimes it's just crazy because I don't recognize who I see in the mirror. And then there's other days where I feel just like big and I'm like, how do I even feel big? A lot of times that's like surrounding my cycle, right? So I try and stay out of my head. But like, for example, last week I felt kind of like frumpy and just like big. I don't know if that's the correct term to use, but that's the term I'm going to use. But then I started my period, I forget, maybe like 4 days ago, and I felt like I could not stop peeing. Like I peed like every 2 minutes, it felt like, which is not true, but I'm pretty sure that the amount of water weight that I lost was substantial. So ladies, you know, when that time of the month comes, like don't let it get in your head. Gentlemen, I don't know how your guys' body works compared to ours, because obviously you don't have that same, I won't call it a luxury because it's not that same dynamic, but it's almost just like a sigh of relief. You're like, okay, here's my body, here she is. I don't know how I feel about the word body dysmorphia. It's a thing though, but it's just, to me, it's like, I don't think it's body dysmorphia, but I'm just trying to settle into this new body. I've never had this body before. And so sometimes I don't know what to do with her, or like when I look, I'm like, who is that? Who is that girl? But anyways, I'm rambling, so I'm going to go run this 12 miles with Jen. maybe I'll try and get some content in. I rarely bust out my phone when we're on a run because we're just trying to survive. I joke around because they have those videos where it's like mile 1, 10:55. And so I always joke that I'm going to do that kind of like video, and I never do because it's really hard and we're just trying to like get through the miles. Enough, 12 miles might sound crazy to some of you, but to us it's still considered a shorter run. We're training for a marathon right now, and we've trained for longer distances, so it's like anything like between 10 and 15 is still like on the lower end of things, which is crazy. I'm grateful that my body can do these crazy things. But anyway, again, tangents all morning. My mind is all over the place right now. So I'm gonna get out here. I'm gonna get out here and go get this workout done, and then I'll check back in with you guys later, and hopefully I'll get some content while we run. We'll see. All right, made it to the meeting spot. Think she's about to pull up. Put my shoes on. Aren't these shorts the cutest fucking shorts? They're so cute. They're so cute. I have the biggest scab thingy on my knee from the dog situation. Y'all don't know about that. Hi. All right, she's here. So we're gonna go run and do the things, and I'll be back. All right, let me turn that off so it's not super loud. Got the run done. I wanted 12 and I got 9. Today, the cramps in my body won, and I think it was probably, pardon me while I clean the salt off my face. It was probably a combination of not being consistent in my workouts throughout the week, a little bit of dehydration, and just overall lack of preparation. But sometimes you can push through. Sometimes you got to listen to your body. Sometimes you got to slow down. And I did all of that today. But I think I'm going to go home. Actually, no, first I'm going to go get my oil changed in my car, do that, get my tires checked, and then protein coffee. And then I'm going to go home, take a shower, and then go to the phone store. But I will try to carry you guys with me through the rest of the day and see how that goes. And right now, that's all I got because I'm just trying to cool off from the run. For those of you who don't know, I live in California, so it's pretty warm here this time of year, and it's not smoldering hot yet because it's still pretty early in the day. My watch died, but it got my run, captured my run before my watch died. But it's pretty warm here, so I'm gonna try and cool off, go get this oil change done, and then figure out the rest. I may just go to the phone store. I know the normal everyday public and general public, I guess is what I'm trying to say, but not go into the world all sweaty and salty off of a 9-mile run. Once you're in it, and it's just like, yes, I'm a runner, I'm an athlete, and I have things to get done before I go back home. So I may just go to the phone store, T-Mobile, before I leave, I may just go to the phone store after the oil change. Is what I'm trying to say. But that's all I'm going to say right now because clearly I'm struggling to get the words out, and I need to drink my recovery drink, and that is that. So I'll check back in with you guys in a bit. Told y'all I would try to bring you with me all day. It's 4:46. However, I made it to get my oil changed. I made it to T-Mobile, didn't get a new phone, and that's fine, whatever. And made it to Walmart, made it home, put all my stuff away, and now I'm going to pick up my son. And I took a shower. I've been productive, but I definitely didn't bring you all along for the rest of it. I should have taken you guys into Walmart with me. I tried on a pair of size 4 jeans and they fit, which was crazy. And I also tried on a pair of size 8-10 jeans and they fit. However, skinny jeans and me, we don't get along because they fit on the top and they're almost too big. And I can't fit the bottom because I have so much muscle in my calves. It's wild. So I stay away from them. But I did buy the size 4 because they were on sale. And what else? I got a pair of shorts and then the top, they were only $1. The shorts that I got the last time that were only $3, the size smalls. So I got those. And today is not a perfect day of eating at all. I have pizza bagels right here. I have not eaten enough. I drank enough protein. I have enough protein in my body, which is fine. But carb wise, and no, I'm not eating healthy carbs. You girl is struggling right now. I have my water. We're doing okay water wise, but oh man, probably not enough calories at all either. Just gonna keep trucking. I don't know how this video is gonna look when I piece it all together, but this is a day in the life of me on PTO as somebody who doesn't get many days off to go and do all things. So baby goes with his father tonight at 7. They're just not gonna let me overcome. Nice, thank you. So I will have the rest of my evening together to hopefully edit this video and make an intro and hopefully sprinkle in some GLP-1 stuff because that raises up the channel. That's where I'm at so far. I'll check back in later. Stayed up way too late. And now it's like 9 o'clock. And I feel like part of the day is gone. But it's okay. We're going to get up, make our protein coffee, go let the dogs out, bringing you guys with me. So good to have a slow morning. Good morning. We have protein on the porch. Okay. All right. Here we go. Hi again. So I just wanted to record the exit for the video, the outro, as one would call it. Just got done at the storytelling event. It was super cute. It was about 8 or 9 different speakers, and they told stories about happiness. People from all different walks of life. Some of them, it was more of a poem. Some of it was more of a story. Super cute though. And now I'm headed home. I'm gonna relax the rest of the day, just do a couple things around the house and try to edit this video and put it all together. Sorry if it looks crazy. I am on the West Coast and the sun's going down and I'm on the freeway, but it just keeps flashing. So sorry guys. But anyway, just wanted to wrap up all of today and yesterday. And thank you all again. If you made it this far, drop me a note in the comments about how your weekend's going, how your journey's going. Ask questions. Tell me what else you'd want to see as far as content. Subscribe if you haven't already. Always feel so weird asking people to do that just because I'm like, I don't know. But I guess it's one of those things. But I want to keep connecting with everybody in our community and growing my own community. So I hope that everybody has a beautiful rest of the weekend. And that whatever the week brings, that it's good and happy and joyful and everything of that sort. Thanks again for being here, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.